Murat, I want to understand if you can explain to us which factors it is that you consider when you're evaluating which types of funds that you either recommend to clients or warn them against. Like, what are some of the good signs that a fund is going to deliver on its promises to clients, and what are some of the red flags?
Right, right. Again, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. It really depends on the investor profile. But if we were to generalize and come up with a few things, I think the most important thing is the team behind the fund. Who are there? What is their track record? What have they done before? So it's really important to do a proper due diligence on who is behind the fund and what have they done so far. Have they delivered on their promises previously? So this is going to be an important factor in assessing any kind of fund going forward.
So team and track record, that's key.
For sure. I think that's number one. But besides that, it's going to be important looking at the portfolio. So what are they investing in? What's the investment theme out there? Do we really see a promise behind this team? Do we really see a potential behind this team? And furthermore, is it well diversified in terms of the sectors that it's focusing on, but also in terms of the companies that it has invested in or it has in the pipeline to invest in? Now, it's also important to make sure that these companies that it's investing in have a secure, have a good track record, are promising, have good teams behind them, and also the portfolio is hedging itself right among the companies.
So there's two levels to the track record.
Absolutely.
It's the people with the fund and the people or the funds that the companies that the funds are investing in. That's also important.
Right.
A lot of the companies that have previously been involved in golden visa real estate, they are now kind of undergoing a bit of an existential crisis, right? So they need to decide what to do. Should they call it a day in that golden visa market, or should they try to pivot? Now, some have suggested that they might try to move from being, for example, in the hotel development business to being in the hotel operator business. There is some question as to how the rules will be interpreted. For example, I always say if you open a shoe factory, is that real estate? Obviously, you need a building to have your shoe factory. What do you think that these developers are going to attempt to do now, and to what extent do you think that they'll be successful?
Right. Now, the Portuguese government made it pretty clear that they don't want real estate, direct or indirect, any real estate involvement within these funds. Now, it's important to hear out. You're right. It's very wide and open to perception. Having said that, we typically try and advise our investors to steer clear of any potential risk that they may be putting themselves in. So regardless of how well structured, what good of a track record these real estate companies have, the CEF as well as CMEM may read into some of these funds as still being real estate related funds, regardless of if it's PropCo, OpCo separation or whatnot. So I would be wary of those, and I wouldn't invest my money seeing that there may be a risk of my golden visa being jeopardized. So we wouldn't necessarily incentivize or advise our clients to go towards anything that may pose a risk in the eye of CEF, in the eye of CMEM, in terms of golden visa eligibility. Now, what's going to happen to those companies? Some of them were smart enough to diversify previously, way before these changes kicked in. So I think they're just going to do fine with right fundamentals. Some of them I do see are in an effort to somehow come up with a product that would still fit, even though it's not their area of expertise, even though it's not their right to win to be within that field. And those ones are going to have a tougher time adjusting probably.